You know what time it is. It's time once again for Dragon Ball Drip Check. These are always so fun to make, man. The annoying part is having to go through and get the images and everything ready. Just trying to remember each character and be like, what if they wore throughout the course of the series? And I'm not gonna lie, this may be a shorter one just cause when I was getting the images ready for this character, I realized, they pretty much wear the same outfit over the course of the whole series. But there was still enough variety there to warrant a drip check, I would say. Now, which character are we covering today? Well, I teased it last week saying that this character isn't a Saiyan, but I would say he's still in the top 5 of most popular characters. Top 3 even for some people. That of course being Piccolo. I mean, obviously, Piccolo's pretty much worn the same outfit for the majority of Dragon Ball, pretty much the entirety of Dragon Ball. But yeah, again, there was still enough there, which was like, yeah, we can do this. Before we continue, if you do enjoy this Dragon Ball Drip Check series, do be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, as well as comment down below any other characters you want to see in this Drip Check. And of course, I will say, if there is one outfit or some that I maybe missed, that's a given. Though for this, I'm pretty sure I got all of them. But if I did maybe miss one, then tough. I try my best. But either way, let's get started with this. Of course, we will address the tiers as we always do. Instead of a typical S to F ranking, we've got Drenched, which is the pinnacle of the drip. Dripped, which is still pretty good runner-up, but not quite as good. Drizzled, pretty much our middle of the road. Dribbled is our below average, and then Dry, obviously, is just our bottom of the barrel. So without further ado, let's get right into Piccolo. Now, of course, before we get into the Piccolo Jr. as we know, we have to go to the OG, the original King Piccolo. First of all, his old look, how he used to look before restoring his youth. I do like this look. He has a cape. It's interesting that he has just a dress, an interesting caped look. I think it's kind of cool because going into Piccolo's later outfits, it's the color scheme he sort of adopts. He keeps the cape going forward. I mean, when we initially meet King Piccolo in OG Dragon Ball, it's such a shock. And when you initially meet him, it's just oh yeah, this guy's gonna cause problems. So for the initial King Piccolo look, I'll put it at pretty drizzled, good middle of the road. The weird dress thing going forward, it's why? Because when he gets his youth restored, he has the normal battle suit look. But going forward into when Piccolo has his youth restored, oh man, all the age and tear gets washed away, and just that look in his eye just gets even more evil, man. King Piccolo, I talked about it a long time ago. I never watched OG Dragon Ball in its entirety until last year in anticipation for a superhero, because I was going through just all of Dragon Ball again. So when I first went through the King Piccolo saga for the first time, I was amazed, honestly, how, I guess, short it was, considering how, to this day, in some stuff, King Piccolo is still referenced. It was a huge event on Earth. Dude took over the world for, a day, but he still, I would say, cements himself as one of the best Dragon Ball villains, and his look definitely is dripped. Now that's pretty much it for King Piccolo, and now we go into the Piccolo that we all know and love. First of all, Kid Piccolo, which pretty much just the child version of King Piccolo in terms of his design, is the Daimyo symbol. It's kind of funny. It's like Dende before we ever meet Dende. I mean, it's pretty dry. You only see it the one time. Now then, Piccolo proper. I'm kind of doing this in a weird order, but I want to first look at how he looks when he fights Goku in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, which is how he looks when he takes the weighted cape and everything off, but he keeps his hat and his, his turban thing on. I like this look for Piccolo. You don't see it often, if really ever. Plus, it's pretty iconic. It's the opening bits of him and Goku's battle. I'll put it at pretty drizzled. And then now we go into his battle damage look, going into the end of his fight with Goku, and I guess also how he looks after he saves Gohan from getting blasted by Nappa. Similar sort of look, his tattered look. And also how he looks after his battle with third form Frieza. You don't see Piccolo get super battle damage too often anymore. Yeah, he takes the weights off and everything, but you don't really get him seen all ripped up. Not really too much until the superhero movie. But the battle damage look is pretty cool. I'd put it just below the other one in that gap and dribbled. Alright, now here we go. Piccolo's most iconic look. The cape and everything with the weights on. It's Piccolo as we remember him. Like, come on. Drenched, man. Like, every time Piccolo shows up in those non-canon movies, and even in the story, just to either save Gohan or whatever, just the cape, Piccolo's absolutely in the top 3 of characters for me. It's just so sad how Super chose to just sideline Piccolo. I'm glad Superhero at least, like, is bringing him back into relevancy. It's Toriyama's favorite character, man. I'd say he's in the top 3 for me as well. And his drip, obviously, is definitely a part of that. The step below this one, when he takes the weights off and he just has this look. Now, I know in Z, and even in Super, his colors aren't accurate. I know that in Superhero, they correct that to look how he's supposed to look. Like the purple and blue, it's like with the more purple, the red strap, and then with like the yellow muscle things. I don't know. Just how he looks in Z with these colors, it's fucking awesome. This picture specifically is when he's about to fight Android 17, which, of course, for a lot of people, easy top 3 fight. Early Android Saga, I would say, was peak Piccolo, obviously, because, you know, once he fused with Kami, even before that, when he was, like, beating the shit out of Gero, and so many people were just like, Piccolo could probably take on a Super Saiyan with how strong he is. But then, obviously, after he loses his cell, he's still there, but, you know, you don't see him have too many more kick-ass fights. But this look, I'd put it on par with his drenched look. I just love, like, it's just a clear difference between Z and Dragon Ball Piccolo. I mean, obviously art changes, but just how he looks, like there's no evil in him anymore. He's fighting for the sake of the world, which is why once we get to Superhero, it's like, especially like when I watch Superhero after like going through all of Dragon Ball again, you forget how Piccolo was determined to destroy Goku and the world at one point. Well, not destroy the world, but, you know, take it over like King Piccolo wanted to. But then Gohan just changed him for the best. It's like so much so that Piccolo was like the main protagonist in Superhero, saving the world. Never thought we'd see the day back in watching OG Dragon Ball and even early Z. Alright, arguably one of Piccolo's most iconic outfits. His post-boy, his driving school outfit, which, looking back on the Goku drip check, I know I forgot to include that outfit. I'm sorry. I redeem it now with including Piccolo. It's like the only time we ever see Piccolo in like normal outfit. I love that episode so much. Piccolo, where'd you get those clothes? Your wife picked them for me. I forgot in Superhero they referenced that. I never got my license. I put it at pretty dribbled. It's just so weird looking. Is that just like his normal gi underneath, or just like a purple shirt underneath the yellow? Alright, this one's kind of a quick one, but like his Moro Saga look. I mean, all it is just his normal outfit, but he has, you know, the Galactic Patrol symbol on it. Pretty much in Super, up till the end, he looks the same as he does in Z. But his Moro Saga outfit, you know, it's the same as the other one, really. It's kind of weird seeing it with a symbol. But, you know, just put it, you know, it dripped, because, you know, it's pretty much the same, just a little different. Alright, his superhero outfits, we got a few to go through. But first of all, his disguise. The 94. I've seen a couple different things where it's like, oh, the 94 is a reference to like different stuff. I think it's like his chapter 94 is when Goku first infiltrates the Red Ribbon Army, which obviously is what Piccolo does here. I think it's a fun outfit. It would have been interesting to see him fight in it. It's pretty dribbled, you know. You never really see Piccolo go undercover. I love the one guy's just like, you're looking a little green. It's just like, oh, I'm not feeling well. And then how he looks in this movie, which is his more, I guess, manga accurate look, how he was supposed to look throughout the entirety of the story, the color corrected Piccolo. I personally don't think it's as cool as the original look for Piccolo, but, you know, it's pretty drizzled. I know I probably should have maybe included Kami with the drip check, which I was kind of thinking maybe I could just to flesh it out more, but I still think Kami is kind of like his own thing. I mean, which he is, he isn't. He's different enough to where I don't really think I needed to include him. And then Yellow Piccolo, Potential Unleashed. This one's cool because it like really brightens up the colors, and he doesn't have a red waistband anymore. He has a black one, which is interesting. He's a black belt. It's an interesting look because he also like bulks up more. It's literally Super Saiyan Piccolo, Super Namek. Honestly, this look pretty dripped. I hope once we go into future Super stuff, please, we better. It would be cool to see just like, yeah, both this and just Piccolo's like orange look. Piccolo's got 2 transformations, man. Speaking of transformations, Orange Piccolo. Now this one's definitely a big change. I mean, not only does obviously he physically change, but his outfit does change because he gets the dragon Namek symbol on his shirt, which is such a cool thing with that symbol where it's just like, it's Shenron, but then it turns into like the Namekian tree. I just love this look for Orange Piccolo. It's like his antennas, they flip up, which makes him look more like a slug. But again, that's what Namek means. You know, he just gets so big. It's a good clash with like orange and purple. Plus his voice gets like deeper. Hearing Chris Sabat do an even deeper voice is funny. It's dripped. Let's not even front. Alright, the final Piccolo. That of course being Drip Piccolo. He doesn't show himself too much, but that's because his drip is so supreme that if he unleashed it upon the world, everyone would just bow before him and he would conquer it. Drip Piccolo, top of the drenched, cannot be toppled. And that pretty much was this drip check for Piccolo. Again, a shorter one, but it was still fun to have some discussions about one of my favorite characters. That's why I do this drip check. One, to just look at all the outfits, and two, just to, give me a chance to talk more about the character. I'll of course leave this template down in the description below if you want to do it for yourself, and send it to me over on Twitter if you want to discuss it at all. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this Piccolo drip check. Join me for many other videos of the sort, be they future drip checks, reactions, reviews, gameplay, and everything else that'll be coming out soon. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.